looking at the Big 12 last year, it felt like it was probably the oldest I've ever seen any league in any sport in history. When you see that, does it kind of make you think about how your strategy of roster building and all that goes? Because it felt like there wasn't anybody on the court that hadn't been in college for 4 years.
Right. It's funny that you say that too, Chad, because I was just looking at a couple of rosters last night from some matches over the weekend of Big 12 opponents. And there's a lot of senior-heavy teams again this year. And the portal plays a lot into that, pulling some people off the transfer portal. And even teams, like one specific team had a lot of younger players that they had played some portal kids last year. So now those younger players are up into their junior and senior year now too. So it is some strategy. We got some experience off the transfer portal ourselves, I think, where that helps. I always say as a coach, the one thing we absolutely cannot teach, and it's so difficult, is experience. I mean, until you're out there feeling it, seeing it, going through all those emotions at this level and at the Big 12 level, it's really difficult. So I think on the flip side of that, we do have some younger players that have gotten some players now that are older that had gotten a lot of experience when they're younger. But it's certainly even a battle to encourage them to every point you're learning and you're staying in the match. And with that experience, you have to play really good volleyball over a long period of time, because there's no older players that are going to give you a break or miss a serve at a critical time. When you have a senior or fifth year, they're in it. So it's really training our team in practice to be able to play good volleyball over a long period of time.
Is that surprising to you how old the league was as you went through it last year?
Not only since the portal stuff. And it ebbs and flows, just throughout my career, things like that. The years are different. Then there'll be a year where everybody seems like they're super young. I think at this level, when you're at the level of Big 12 and everyone is older, it's pretty tough because it's good volleyball. So you're talking about the best, oldest players in the country. It's a double whammy.
A tribute to 10 coming up. I know Doug from even when he played here, so I remember all that. Each year, how is that telling the new kids about who she was and is and what this game's about?
It's both easy and difficult. So I, of course, never knew Stephanie, but just getting to know, have known Doug from being here in the department as well, and then have gotten to know her family over the years. And so talking about it always brings such emotion to me with the team. I tear up and I cry every year in front of them when we talk about it, and her and I, our paths have never crossed. But it's also so awesome because when we started this, the outpouring and the outreach from our alumni, like I feel, even though our paths have never crossed, like I know her. So I really like to read the emails from her teammates and her players from the past that have reached out to me. And as a team, we'll go over those things and talk about them. And I like to keep her memory alive in a positive way, to share all these fun memories and experiences that they're a part of too. We really try to let them know how much their alumni are a part, and that will be them one day too. So what legacy do you want to leave? Because Stephanie left an unbelievable legacy here, as far as just her love for the department, her love for UC, and obviously a very talented player, and seemed to be that person that was the connector, that could connect anyone and make any situation okay for everyone. So I'd love to tell her story, and this has really been a special event that we've been able to build upon with our team and with our alumni.
The transfer portal, obviously you go out, you get the two big additions there. Sydney Nolan comes in from North Carolina. Talk about what you've seen from her through far these 6 matches.
Yeah, Sydney, so a local Notre Dame Academy player who was all ACC rookie team as well, who played in the middle at North Carolina. So this is a good explanation of who Sydney is. Sydney's been a middle her entire career. She trained her senior season on the outside with her club team. She went to her previous institution and they needed her back in the middle, so she played in the middle. We have trained her here as an outside. We dealt with a couple of injuries, and she is now dominating on the right side for us, so a position that she has never played. I mean, she is a gamer and she makes plays. I think her size at the net is just tremendous, what she brings. But she also has this motor, and when things get tight, she gets looser and she just makes the big plays. And it is so fun to watch her, and to be able to have that adaptability in such a skilled sport. is really special. She is one of the easiest players to coach. I mean, just unbelievable. Always, appears to have confidence and in the game, takes instruction and can immediately translate it. She's really funny. She is a funny person. So she's a great teammate and a great player to have around our program. She's been great.
Thompson coming back. What does that mean for the players, and then what did it mean for you? You got to go see it. We don't all get to go see gold medalists.
Right. I kind of forget, as we all do with time flies. The other day I thought, oh my gosh, there's no one here that played with Jordan. I mean, none of them know Jordan anymore, which to me it seems like just, a blip in time that she was just here. So I think for them, this is a really big deal. This is a superstar, not a fellow alumni, like I'd mentioned before, that they will be one day as well. So I think the way that Jordan speaks about her time here and what she learned and the value of the department and the resources that she had to help her be successful is a huge impact on our team and on our players, and that they'll be able to be around her and have some time is really special. And trying to describe being in Paris and watching all of that was, it's such a different role than watching her as a Bearcat. You almost feel more like you're there as a family member. So you're watching and you're feeling all the emotions and you're seeing it, and it's someone you know so well that you feel like you're in the match with her on an emotional level. But the sights of Paris and just hearing what their team schedule was and curfew when they had to be back at the Olympic Village, and to think, okay, you have all these professional athletes that are making hundreds of thousands up to even, $1 million over in Europe playing volleyball. And seeing their itineraries and curfews, I thought it's fun to see and to learn as a coach. You get to see how the other coaches are preparing for the biggest stage in the world, and the atmosphere. With the match I went to was against France. One of our staff members, Coach White, also went to the gold medal match, which I don't know if you all know this or not, but Team USA was not expected to medal this year. So the fact that we even made it to the gold medal match and got the silver was a really big deal. But the French patrons there were amazing. The atmosphere, everything's high speed, high energy, music playing. It was awesome. It was a really cool experience.
Going into your 13th year as head coach, what's it been like to see how much the program has changed since you stepped foot in Cincinnati to now?
Yeah, I think of everything that has changed. Campus life right around the edge of campus, what even our facilities here, as specifically to the athletics department and how we have evolved moving into the Big 12 is just unbelievable. I think that growth is what keeps our programs, the university as a whole growing, than us as a department growing and just creating this brand, national brand. I think the biggest part, and I could say even from day one when I got here, of any school that I've been to, I would say the CPAL is probably the most recognizable brand that I've ever had as far as being out on the road recruiting. And two of our staff members are from Southern California, and they both talk about having UC gear growing up. Like, hey, I don't have no idea why, but I had a pair of Bearcat shorts, as a kid. So I think the brand has always been the most recognizable. And now, as we just keep growing and moving into this Big 12, and we're able to attract players like Jordan and put our, you think about the program being on a national map. Well, any international player that we talk to has Jordan Thompson probably poster in their room, or it's their favorite player. So the global brand that we have too is really just phenomenal. Awesome. Hey, Xavier Thursday night too. Right, Xavier Thursday night. All right. Thank you all. Appreciate it.